cover sa suka. Kinamuli na. Ginayon nila lampshade. Ginapanitan ang muli yung ibulan yung lampshade. Ang kaugod nila, ito it is, ang sabi sa Bible, it is not flesh and blood. It is more than that. Still, actually, ang taong kasangkapan ng Satan, kung Satan ang akit sa, it is angry, hating the Jews. It is spiritual battle. It is not flesh and blood. Now, punta tayo sa may isang history, sa Luke chapter 17. This is a story about this is a story about the 10 lepers who were healed by the Lord, and one of them returned. So, when he saw them, he said, "Go show yourselves to the priest." And they went. And as they went, they were cleansed. One of them, when he saw he was healed, came back, praising God in a loud voice. He threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him, and he was a Samaritan. Jesus asked, "Were not all 10 cleansed? Where are the other 9? Yes. Has no one returned to give praise to the God except this foreigner?" Then he said to him, "Rise and go, your faith has made you well." So, ito, nagiging place ng history because sa point ng effectual change, dapat namatahan sa kaligtasan. Are you marking your calendar? Ginagawa mong red? Ang alam ko, ginakalendar mo ang anniversary. When did I say yes to you? Markahan na yan. But we are not marking what the Lord has done for us. Have you remembered when is the date you were born again? Halimutan ko naman. I forget when I was born again. But I remember, I won't forget the day you said yes to me. Alala mo? Simply say yes. Ginamarkanan. The point is, we mark it in our calendar. What we forget to mark what God has done for us. So, nagiging part of it. Why do we have history? History is His story. Iya istorya. Iya intervention. Iya gawa. Yung isip mo. Okay. Next to that is verse 1 Corinthians 1:8-11. This was the incident in the life of Paul. Shall we read it all together? Ready? Begin. We do not want you to be uninformed, brothers and sisters, about the troubles we experienced in the province of Asia. We were under great pressure, far beyond our ability to endure, so that we had despaired of life itself. Indeed, we felt we had received the sentence of death. But this happened that we might not rely on ourselves, but on God, who raises the dead. He has delivered us from such a deadly peril. He will deliver us again. On Him we have set our hope that will continue to deliver. Now, yan ang point sa mga. Yan ang point nga nagiging regular today. Gin-record siya for the purpose God. God will become great in our life. I-mark natin siya sa atin. Then many will give thanks on our behalf for the gracious favor granted us in answer to the prayers of faith. So, history records of God's exploit. Kung may mga past na gina-consider kita sa Bible, it is God's exploit, God's intervention in a special way. I-mark natin sa ating buhay. So, that is what we call deliverance. Next is the broken snare. Ang ano namin isang deliverance? Deliverance sometimes, Bible scholars would consider Psalm 124 as the chapter of a broken snare. That the trap, the snare, that the fowler's snare that the man or Satan has planned for us has been broken. The plot of Haman to kill all the Jews has been stopped, intervened by the Lord. So ang example sa Daniel chapter 3, verse 13 to 20. This was the time where the three friends of Daniel were put into a snare. Actually, gintuyo na ito sa aking kalaban, no? Nahisa siya sa tatlo na they are so jealous with the three successful friends of Daniel. So, ginplat nila na whoever would not bow down to the statue will be put into a furnace. Together, let's read again, verse 13. Ready? Namin ko lang mabasa. Bible na to, hindi mo to repress or news. Ready? Begin. Furiously raised, Nebuchadnezzar, son of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So these men were brought before the king, and Nebuchadnezzar said to them, Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the images of gold and of silver? Now in your hearts the sound of horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipe, and all kinds of music. If you are ready to fall down and worship the image I made, very good. But if you do not worship it, you will be thrown immediately into a blazing furnace. Then God will be able to rescue you from my hand. Sino man God will rescue sa inyo? So this is a powerless snare. And this was recorded, actually, recorded ito at prophecy sa kay Daniel. And then, this was recorded that the same God whom we serve is able to spare our lives. Experience itong tatlo na ang trap na napasukan nila, wala na. Actually, they said, if we die, you will die. If the Lord will not save us, you will die. But actually, in the story, God has delivered them from that. Pagtingin sa atong nag-wrong sa ila, napatay niya ito. The mighty soldiers that were chosen to through these three Jewish men, napatay sa init. Wala sila nagpaso sa distance lang kay the furnace was ginchong nila masyado kainit. So kapag stand mo at a distance, mapasok ka na. So the one that throws the three Jewish people were suffocated and did die, but the three survived. Nagdagdagan pa isa, nag-apat doon sa furnace. This is a mark that we should remember that God is able to deliver us. Next. Ang sunod nila sa Acts chapter 12, verse 1 to 12. The question will be, how did Peter avoid execution? And at this time, si James was also caught by the Roman soldiers. But at this time, si Peter was kept in prison, but the church was earnestly praying for God, to God for him. To make the story short, Peter was delivered. And in fact, the praying Christians in the upper room were surprised when somebody knocks, and the young lady, seeing who is knocking, said, "It is Peter." They won't believe. They are praying for the deliverance of Peter, but they won't believe it's Peter knocking already. So that is how God would deliver. And this was written for our learning. This was written so that we could see the greatness of the God whom we are serving. So, ang fowler's snare has been broken. Now, when this happened, when the broken snare occurred, what is the effect? What is the result? Ang best example sa Passover, when they were able to pass the Red Sea, the soldier is at the back, chasing after them, and when they cross the Red Sea, Passover has been made possible. Sino nag-lead sa ila sa kanta? Nagkanta niya sila. Si Miriam. Nagkumpuso sa kanta. Tingnan natin ha. Something to sing about sa verse 8 sir. Something to sing about. What caused Miriam to sing about? This is in the Passover. When Pharaoh's horses and chariots and horsemen went into the sea, the Lord brought the waters of the sea back over them. But the Israelites walked through the sea on dry ground. Then Miriam, the prophet, Aaron's sister, took a tambourine in her hand, and all the women followed her with the tambourines and dancing. Miriam sang to them, and nagpupuso siya out of the blue. Sing to the Lord, for He is highly exalted. Both horses and driver He has hurled into the sea. Patay. So, in other words, ang mga gwapo nga kanta, why is it that there are songs na ang mga baptist, ang mga talagang na kanta? May mga songs na mayroon sila di-announce, mag-contest tayo, gawa tayo ng kanta, so praises to the Lord. Yan may mga praises sa mga hindi fundamentals. But ang mga songs sa mga baptist are songs that has meaning, songs that has been the experience of His people. Si ilang kanta nga, it is well with my soul. Pauna siya. Experience niya nga sa story, ang iya asawa, ang bata, harap sa ship, sa vessel. Now, sa natabo ang calamity, nag-immigrant, patay sila na. So, out of that, sabi ito sa dito na natin, sa security, we could be hurt, but there's no harm. So, naan na siya nga idea nga, something that cause us to sing for the Lord. So, may mga kanta na usually mga kanta sa Baptist, mga kanta na you can sing with meaning. Sabi niya, it is well with my soul. Alam niya nga, behind those incident na sano kasakit, it is well with me. It has been designed by the Lord. So ano sa imo kabuhi sa ating life na may mga time, sir, may time mo sa imo, every time magmatang ko agad, kumutan mo, There are also incidents in our life na may dumating sa ating buhay na naglalabas ang kanta. And you are really praising the Lord. Punta tayo sa Somalia.
Next.
Somalia sa Somalia. So, ang Psalm 124 actually is about deliverance of the past. So, what the past offer when it comes to God's mighty hand in delivering? Number one, we are to get insight of God's deliverance, verse 1. Number two, it has a place in history as our examples. Para hindi na kita hindi na natin daanan. We will experience it. The experience of those who have gone before us will be a big and important lesson that we are free from that. And then number three, the snare has been broken, and this leads to the outburst or something to sing about. Magkakanta ka. Ang kanta, hindi lang kanta na, why are we singing? Ay, may ano pala, may Koreana, habang nag-ano siya sa palengke, nagkakanta siya. So, people are happy, wanting to hear some more. Tapos nagkanta siya, i-request siya, can you sing again? Nagkanta siya. So, mula na siya, can you sing again? More. Sabi niya, no, it's time, you want to sing for me. Sabi sa bata, we have no song. Muna, pag wala ka sa experience na tragedy, na deliverance, wala ka kanta. If you have not met the Lord in your life, there is no song. Kasi when you meet the Lord, God will give you a new song. Even songs in the night. Kahit mapakita. In the night time, when there is problems and pains and trauma, God can give you songs in the night. So, song is actually a mark, an outburst of praises when He delivers us from pains and problems. So, something to sing about. I have something to sing about. I found something, and that something is someone. And since I found it that I live without Him. If we meet Jesus, God has given us a new song. Ano kanta mo? Kung mo na mag-isa na kung si Krisya, magkanta, kung ginapapalitan kayo ng kanta sa worldly songs, mga nag-rock. Ang ingay na, kami na kung ang kanta sa mundo, kanta sa kanto kami sa kabaret. Bugbog. Hindi mo actually, kung i-trace back mo daw, backward, kung ano sa backward masking? Backward masking, kung i-interpret mo, it is praises to Satan. So, Satan knew that music has been used by the Lord as an expression when the outburst from God's deliverance. Wapo nindot na true to heart, genuine praises sa Ginoo. So si Satan ang discovery, I will backward masking. Mga praise, mga kanta na ang gina-praise nila si Satan. Ako na sa kanta na sa mundo. Then, Satan is using that. Interpret kong meaning na it is praises to Satan. May Trinity man siya. May Father, Son, Spirit. Si Satan. So, naana siya nga ginatunan nila ang backward masking sa music. Kaya ang music makahila sa tao. May mga tao na hindi makarigyan sa teaching, makarigyan sa music. Kaya ako sa issue. Kilala na sa music. Lalo kung kantahan ka ni Miriam, kung kantahan ka ni Esther, hindi malinaw sa Kristo. So we are studying about the deliverance from the Lord, which should be marked in our life. When you serve Him, you will be led into a fowler's snare. But cheer up, God is there. Na ginapirmit sa Panginoon ang fowler's snare. Do you know the reason why? He permits this because it is when we are in the fowler's snare, God's mighty hand is clearly revealed. Paano makilala ang kamighty sa kamot sa Panginoon? Not in a normal situation, but in a difficult and very deep situation. Alalim ka. Wala na kasi to our end of self na to. Wala na ako talaga magawa. Left and right, front, forward, wala na. When there's, ano daw? When we have come to our hoarded resources, kung may natira ka pa sa bangko, may friend ka pa mapalapitan, may provision ka, hindi na sa ginupo. Hindi pa na siya. But, pagtingin mo sa palibot, ang friend mo nga sa dito, wala na may palapitan ka wala na, kanto ka sa bangko mo, zero na, wala na, ikakuton mo sa bulsa mo, wala na. When we have come to the end of our hoarded resources, the Father's full giving has only begun. Doon pala pag zero interest na, wala na. Doon nagsugod ang Diyos. So, end of self, fowler's snare, God starts. Wala na. Kung aabot pala ka sa point of no return, kung aabot, actually, amo ng picture sa time nila ni Esther sa story ni Aman, na pamatsyon sila, na sa Nisan, na kalendar, na patsyon na, there is a decree from the king that all will be executed. Atay sila tanan. But Esther comes into the balance. If I die, I die. If I perish, I perish. So, doon nakita, God is able to preserve His people. And God's deliverance should, until now, Israelites, the people of Israel, even though they are out of Jerusalem, nag-ano sila, nag-celebrate sila. Yung Feast of Yom. So we pray. Will you pray? Heavenly Father, we thank you that when we examine your word, the Bible, we should not, the future, recognizing that the God whom we serve is the God who has